Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, hi Priya. We can hear you and see you.
Hello, sir. So, a very good afternoon to you and to everybody present here. I am Priyashi, and I welcome you all to Cafe Connect, your communication strategy webinar on behalf of youth. This webinar is supported by Vacom, whose tabs are very efficient devices that can be used for communication at work, which is also what Mr. Sanjay Srivastav will be talking about. Mr. Sanjay Srivastav is a business thought leader and an expert. He is a former CEO and board of director of Mahindra World City. Sir, welcome, and we hope we'll have a good webinar with you. Please take over. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Priyashi. Thanks, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me and see me fine?
Yes, sir, we can see you and we can hear you properly. Please go on.
Okay, I'm just moving and just starting sharing. Is the presentation coming along? Can you guys see us?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, great. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining in. It is a fantastic opportunity, and I'm very excited to be speaking with all of you. And first and foremost, a big thanks for Youth and Wacom for organizing it. Youth has been doing a lot of fantastic work. Just as this topic is about Cafe Connect, your communication strategy, it's about youth, it's about vibrancy, it's about doing new and exciting things. And that's exactly what youth has been doing. In case if you're not aware, it's a relatively new thing which has started, and they're trying to create a platform where how the youth of today should be engaged, because the youth of today in the new normal require very different interfaces, very different skill sets, and that's what is being done. I believe very shortly there's also going to be a first issue of the publication which has been done. They have already been organizing a series of webinars where getting HR, youth, all the relevant skill leaders. So please do, while this is of course, thanks everyone who has joined in today, but do keep engaged with youth as a platform, and I'm sure you'll have a great session. So let's talk about it. So communication strategy, because the key thing is communication actually can mean very different things for a lot of us, but it's more about how do we connect, how do we convey, and how do we converse with each other. If we do it right, the potential advantages are many, whether it's about relationship or a value or customer or even personal professional success, and building even loyalty as a friend, as an employee, as a individual. So how many of you have sometimes gone to a meeting, those of you who are working, and have come back with a feeling like this? Let's begin a meeting. Everyone starts talking. Is this communication? Technically, yes, but really no, because it's more about a two-way connect and understanding what each of us mean to each other, how we will work across to each other, how we'll convey our points, how we will empathize the points. Of course, goes back to say, is it important? It is. Because I'm sure in the new normal, I was just having a quick chat before this discussion started. There are so many of the youth who have joined in and as well as who are engaged. You have your dreams to whatever you want to do, whether to work, to do a research, to be an entrepreneur, to be more successful. If you have those dreams and you want to fulfill your dreams, then communication is a tool or a weapon which you must have in order to ensure you you win, and you win in the right way. You win in a manner which excites you, which really energizes you. So communication is much beyond the attending meetings and going the traditional way. uh, is it, in fact, every single minute, every single moment we are communicating to each other. And that's where I personally really like this quote where it says that once a human being has arrived on this earth, communication is the single largest factor which determines what kind of relationships they make with others and what happens uh, to them. So, with that as the background, uh, I have chosen a simple framework and I will talk about it. But most importantly, since we are talking about communication, I would also love to hear your views, to hear your questions and answers, so that we truly are able to communicate and we are all of us go back enriched. While I'm sharing my views, I would also love to hear your perspective. I would love to hear which parts of this discussion resonates with you. What parts do you feel differently? What are your challenges? I would love to hear that about the communication. So I will broadly talk about the four things. I'll start by emphasizing that what is the key, why communication, and what is the overall key fabric of the framework. And then, if we step back, there are so many things which are changing. It's important to keep that in mind, that what are the learnings in the new normal. This has actually become even more important when we talk about the changed paradigm. Everyone is talking about COVID 19, post COVID 19. But, but really, if you see, uh, the change is much beyond pandemic. It's a fundamental shift. The good thing is the youth, especially so many of you, are already equipped with many of those skills. But I think the important part is how do you apply those skills in the change paradigm? And while all of us can really learn, it is important that we measure, work towards a good communication, a great communication, and then move on to improve ourselves. So, jumping into it, as I said, this is, even though I'm presenting, but this is going to be a quick and an interactive discussion, because only then we can truly communicate. So, can we just quickly have a quick poll, Rajesh and Arushi? Hello. Rajesh, Arushi, are you guys there?
Yes, sir, we hear.
Has the poll starting?
Yeah, poll has started. You can see the view result over there. This is the result. So maximum people are saying 63% is saying 15th July, and 18% is saying 21st June, and 21st July is 9%, and 9% is option select D. ये भी क्या होता है?
Okay. So that I know. So good. I think that's a great start. Thanks so much, Rajesh. Thanks to everyone who responded. And all of you are obviously clued in, and I'm sure you didn't even need to use the Google. So 15 July is the correct answer. It is the World Youth Skills Day. और ये क्या होता है जिन्होंने बोला है वो as we move ahead we will talk about it. So if the reason why I wanted to start by saying let's focus on words, youth and skills, and why is it, while it is celebrated across the globe, why is it so critical to India? And I just took a number of how's the population of India broken across the age group. And if you really see this, just look at this. If this particular number itself means India, not just today, but over the next 10 to 15 years, will have the highest percentage of the youth population, even if you assume just 60, even in this category. This essentially means this number for many of us actually is bigger than the whole population of US. India has a population of about 1.3 billion. US has a population about 300 million, and this employable folks themselves is the highest category. And then if I come back and I just look at only this category, this itself is actually almost 365 million, which is more than, actually almost 20% more than the complete population of US. So there are so many of you. It's important that all of you are equipped, enabled for ensuring this goes well, the right employment is generated. If that is done, then it will actually ensure then the GDP growth, India's vision to move from a 2.7 trillion to a 5 trillion economy, to actually generate prosperity. All of this can be done. And that's why there is a very close correlation between youth and communication, especially for India. So many of you really talked about what does it really mean. And if you see the formal framework, this is a standard framework used by the World Economic Forum, that in the 21st century, the amount of subjects and the themes you would need, they are very different from what can just be talked about by just using some simple things. So if I just look at it, it's about life and career skills, it's about learning and innovation skills, and more importantly, the information media and technology. I know social media, digital, a lot of people talk about it. In fact, as I speak, I'm just, if you're wondering what the hell am I doing, I'm just using a simple pointer. This is part of the, I'm just playing around with some other things which have been shared with me by Wacom. But the more important thing is, if you look, is there are, it is a layered learning, and it has to be done in multiple waves. It cannot be the skills, the communication, it cannot actually be, it cannot be a linear function. I think if that is, if there is one thing which you can take, it is about, we are seeing a lot of certification, which is good, which is, but in the larger scheme, the certifications or even the formal education are, if you see, are only the first two layers. But over a period of time, it's more about your professional developments, your learning environments, which is really going to make a difference. So the skills which you require for good communication, for success, and if we really look at it, to be a resilient youth so that you are able to tackle the challenges and leverage the opportunities for tomorrow, are broadly spread across, I will put it in approximately three buckets. The first bucket is about learning and innovation, or just to keep it simple, 4 C's. So it's about critical thinking and problem solving. So increasingly, if you would see, even the traditional courses like the engineering, the medical, the computer science have started emphasizing on how do we ensure there is a whole brained approach. There are computer scientists who are actually combining things to read along with arts. Liberal arts is actually becoming a very important aspect, because the kind of problems, and COVID is just one example, but even the kind of problems now and later which are emerging, you really have to have a holistic approach, because the traditional frameworks no longer work. Second, very important, the communication has to have an element of creativity and innovation. If the traditional methods of having the standard syllabus, going through the standard course, actually no one works. If what is already written there today, you can actually Google and find things much better. It's more about how the content is presented. It's about how it is made customized. It should be customized to the power of one. Every individual should actually be able to connect with what they're doing. And holding all of this together is really the communication skills. And along with communication, a very critical aspect is how do we communicate and collaborate. So communication and collaboration are go hand in hand, and they are extremely important skills. You communicate well, you are able to collaborate well. If you need to collaborate with, it does not matter. It can actually be a teamwork. It can actually be a situation where you are trying to sell something. It can be a project work for someone who's just doing a course. The nature of work or the nature of assignment does not matter, but what matters is how you are using collaboration for effective communication and vice versa. And that's how it just feeds in into each other. Right in the center, very important. The good thing is in India, because we have had a very good run with the internet revolution. The digital literacy is high. The key point I would like to highlight here, besides information, media, ICT literacy, is the digital literacy goes much beyond actually consuming content on the social media. It is there, it's good to know, but it is more important that how can we use our digital skills to keep ourselves educated, informed, and upgrade ourselves. That is really the difference. And the third and the most important pillar, and that's why the list is the longest, which is about career and life. When we talk about career and life, it is important that the communication plays a very critical role combined with the skilling, because in today's world, especially for the youth, the vast majority of your professional career and as well as personal career is still ahead of you. So some very key aspects which are involved, and the unique thing about this framework is this framework is as applicable for skills as for communication. So it actually fuses very well and creates a very strong fabric, which is what I had said we'll talk about. So flexibility and adaptability. We have seen so many examples during the COVID-19. If we talk of, we were seeing actually auto and engineering companies trying to apply their learning to figure out, can they help in producing components for ventilators, because combustion engine and some of those technologies are applied. We learned so many of the chemical companies at the start of the COVID-19 quickly adapted and went on to use their chemical manufacturing process to start creating sanitizers and other chemicals which were required. We found, I'm sure some of you would have seen, so many of the companies which were traditionally making a security or a X-ray devices for people to be going through the security, they suddenly changed and they were using those to ensure every time someone is entering from a hazardous environment is actually getting sprayed with the necessary chemicals to do that. So these are many of this are, we can see it at a company level, we can see it at a individual level. Then the second most important aspect is about initiative and self-direction. This is becoming even more critical because I'm sure most of you are from the younger generation. You would like to have flexibility. You would like to be understood as mature and knowing what you can do. I'm sure many of you, at least I don't, I'm sure many of you also don't like micromanagement, neither to do micromanagement nor to be handled in a micromanagement. If we need to be enabled, then it is important that we also ensure we take the initiative and self direction. Just a very simple example, as all of us are here, I'm sure everyone is very busy, but the fact that you have taken your precious time out, you are engaging with you are trying to build upon what should really be the communication strategy, and I'm trying to share some of my perspective. It's entirely driven by your initiatives. I'm sure if it was a traditional compulsory program, the engagement rate in a formal education program or a formal HR program is very low. Then we're talking about the social and the cross cultural interaction. That's also very important. If we take the center pillar, where we have a lot of focus on digital literacy, then that means all of you are connected with any part of the world or even across India. There's a something right happens in a matter of minutes through WhatsApp and social media. It will reach every corner of India. There is no lag. Same way, anything happens across the globe. So if that is happening, while it is good, it helps you in the speed of information dissemination. It also then it means we need to be sensitive, and I think we as Indians are very well equipped if we are sensitive enough, because in our large country itself, there is so much diversity and different clusters of many culture that if we learn that aspect and respect that, when we interact with across different geographies, it was actually even better. And then I come to the last two things, which is about productivity and accountability and leadership and responsibility. So it very closely connects with the initiative and self direction, that uh, ultimately you need to be accountable for what how productive you are or what you are leading. And the last very important aspect is about leadership. When we talk of leadership, it's not about managing team, it's not about even managing large accounts. Leadership can The best leadership is if we are able to lead ourselves the best. We have communicate ourselves very clearly and well. We will already be seen as a responsible individuals. So when you're talking about all of this, it's also important to keep in mind why has the communication really changed and what is the changing nature of communication in the post-pandemic era. Everyone talks of, or everyone keeps hearing about the new normal. Say things are going to be very different in the new normal. Nothing is actually going to be same as usual. But it's important to also know what does really the new normal mean. It's as simple as that. From meet and greet, you can't even go and even show something to the client. You have to give a digital demo. The recruitment may be happening over a digital medium. The classic way to do a exhibition, to do a designer showcase, that whole model is gone. Now it's all about virtual tours. And sometimes those virtual tours are becoming so immersive and they have advantages. You can actually change products on the go. If something is working, you can bring it up front. If something is not working, you can take it off. It is giving you much more flexibility. A classic handshake or high five is now a simple namaste. We so many times we used to tell our friends, our business associates, let's catch up for a coffee. Now the first thing we say, अच्छा कुछ और बात करनी है, let's Zoho or let's Zoom. Earlier, people were producing huge project reports. We were making presentation. Now it's about what have you written? What are your things? Send it to me over mail. In fact, just the other day, I was speaking to a very senior HR professional from the executive search firm and who work with a lot of these companies. And they told me a very interesting quote, and I'm sure some of it would really resonate with you. I said, you get these thousands of CVs. How do you really filter? I often hear that at a junior level, either someone is looking at under 30 seconds at a person's resume, or people are using these bots. They are just doing a search, keyword search. Is it really useful? And he told me something very simple. It made me think. He said, Sanjay, the resume is dead. The web is your resume. Today, if there's an enterprising HR person, there's an enterprising recruitment person, there is an executive search agency, there is a client, they are not going to wait to receive a resume to see what is there. That may be the next step. The first thing, the chances are they're going to say, we are here. You want to know what is really you? First thing you're going to do is you, and you'll figure out, depending on the engagement activity, what it is. You'll search for my name and say Sanjay Shrivastava, Make in India, and you'll say, what the hell is there? What is there? Is there? So it is good that we are in a digital world, but it's also important that we build a portfolio of our work, and our work, when it earlier it used to be a saying that your work should speak for itself. Now in the new normal, I think the saying is your work should be searchable and available as the ideal link. So that is really, in a nutshell, what is the new normal. And if you really look at it, when there are three layers of communication. In a formal environment, when you're working either as an employee, as a team leader, as a function head, as a business head, there is a whole layer of communication which is happening with the external stakeholders as well as for internal business. A lot of this is actually held together through various means of professional communication, which you communicate as a professional. And the third aspect is for yourself as a personal communication. Rajesh and the youth team told me that today there will be a lot of people from HR, professionals, and young students. So I think if I really look at it, possibly the organization communication and how to enable that organization communication besides the business teams, the HR teams and the HR professionals will really be interested in the this aspect. But if But if it is on an individual level as a youth, then it is about the professional communication, and it is about uh, uh, the personal communication. And all of this really comes in together at one go. So, what is really the paradigm shift? The paradigm shift is actually not brought over by the COVID-19. The paradigm shift was already happening. So, from a traditional communication methods of in the past, it was already moving. Earlier, it was actually point to point, it was linear, it was predictable, it was sequential. That itself had changed because how you really engage, what is the responsiveness, what is the context, this was only already happening. Now, on top of this layer, the COVID 19 and the post COVID 19 world has added another layer of complexity. So, hence, it is always important to look as a simple framework because sometimes we are so caught up in just answering our emails, doing what is the work. It is also important to be, while you're engaged with the work, to step back and really see what is the big picture and how can an effective communication help. And if I look at it, I will, though there are 4 steps, but I will break it into 3 buckets. The first step is to, for all of those 3 aspects I talked of, whether it's organization, whether it's professional, or it's individual, the first step is you should be very clear what is the communication you need to create. So, the step 2 is it's always good in life to have choices, right? So, if it is so good to have in choices, then why don't we look at the right forum for the right thing? And this step 2 is the most critical component because when we choose the right forum, the engagement becomes the maximum. There are some things which can be done by the mail, but everything cannot be done by the mail. A very favorite term is when someone is overdoing a mail, or if someone is actually misusing the mail. A very common term I've heard, many of you would have heard. Boss, can you ask that guy to stop doing mail ka khel? Right? Because mails have certain purpose. You must use it, but it should be used appropriately. Same way, a video call or a social media. And when you have these different modes, you have different sets. There are sometimes when something is appropriate, and there are sometimes when it is not appropriate. When you create the right thing at step 1, a very clear, precise, impactful communication. And by when I say you do it, it does not mean you have to write every single thing. In fact, for step 1, I have always told my teams, either in the international environment or in the domestic environment, that less is more. The more clear you are, the more precise you are, the better it is. When you are able to do a good marriage in the step 2, that is where the step 3, which is the results, come in. And I've just picked up some very simple measures This is not an exhaustive one. The result can be as simple as I'm looking for a success, whether it is in an exam or actually in a client win, whether it is about revenue, or so many of the HR folks are there, and so many individuals who are there who want to be engaged. So, a higher engagement, a higher morale itself in turn leads to better business result. So while I put it in the result category, but I will actually uh, say that morale itself also has many positive rub-off effects. So if you have to do all of this, in the interest of time, let me just pick up one example, that what exactly is required to do something for being a good effective communication. And I just picked up some very simple things. The important aspect is, while many of them are simple, it is not easy. So the first very important aspect is about listening. Before we are even ready to answer, let's at least listen. What does it mean? It's about friendliness. Friendliness in a professional environment, it need not mean I agree with everything what you are saying, whether with a team member, whether with my seniors, or whether with a client. But friendliness means conveys a sense of openness, that I am willing to hear you out what it is. Which connects to the third point, which is the open mindedness. In fact, a very important quote, and today we hear the word is becoming more divisive. The word is people are having more extreme views. I think open mindedness, in very simple terms, even in communication, is we may disagree with each other, but are we still able to see each other's point of view, and are we still able to communicate? It's a very important aspect. Then the other three things which I pick up is feedback. Feedback is should never be limited to what you did well, what you didn't. The feedback is what worked, what are the areas of improvement, and what are the learnings which you will take it. All of this is held if you're focused on many of the aspects which I talked of. You're focused on your self-learning, you're focused on doing it the right way. You have to emanate an aura of confidence, not overconfidence, but confidence also in the work environment means genuineness, that you are confident that the point you are making, you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And then the most important aspect, non-verbal communication. In fact, in psychology and in many of the studies, you're saying that in a classic discussion, sometimes more than 70% of the message is conveyed through non-verbal clues rather than the clues. Keep all of this in mind. And before we go back, take a quick break. Why don't we have a quick poll too? Rajesh and Preeti, can I just request for a quick poll too here? Let me know once you're done.
So, hi sir. So we got the result actually. So it's 69% is saying open to upgrading my skills. 15% is saying a perfect option A they choose as a perfect. 7% is much sought after in workplace, and option D is again 7%. The most misunderstood person in office.
Sure, perfect. So I think, uh, as they say, every intelligent question has answers. Thanks for conducting it. As has answer hidden in between. So see, this is how it is. There are no black and white. There are various spectrum, and even for people who are saying they are perfect, there's always room for improvement. For people who are saying this, I'm misunderstood. There are things, and I think the most important aspect is no matter how good you are or wherever, whatever is your starting point, you always have a chance to do that. And that brings me very quickly to the important aspect is a good professional and a good as a good individual always measure what is the impact which you have, and the measure is not just a number but a much deeper thing. So whether you as an HR person, you are actually communicating with your employees, as a sales or a business person, you're communicating with your customer, as a future talent, as a future customer, community. Yeah, these I think the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us tremendous opportunities that so many people who may have never done volunteer work have just come in together and did whatever little they can do, and together it's making an impact. It's not about you have to do something really big. Everything is more about your personal commitment to do that. And same way, whether it's about investor, does not matter what is the whom you are communicating and how you are communicating, but at the back of your mind always keep a mind that what is the impact it is creating, because that will give you a feedback mechanism of how to go together. And in the end, just one very simple aspect, if there is one thing which I can tell you which should be the part of everyone's success and everyone's communication strategy, it is please be a great listener. And I just picked up some of the key aspects of what does the great listening mean. It does not mean a very some big, very complicated thing. It's about you have a questions on your mind, but ask the question which leads to a constructive dialogue rather than you and me. It's more about build interactions that itself actually creates a safe environment. In fact, if in a safe environment the differences are discussed, the quality of the discussion and the quality of the final result improves. It is always about a cooperative discussion, because the feedback can flow in both directions. When I was designing this, I was asking Rajesh and the youth team that while I'll speak about what it is, and I'm happy to take the questions at the end of it, but during the course, how do we engage? And one of the ways by which we did was just to inform or quickly use whatever is in the top of your mind in the poll. And a critical, very critical aspect is how do you make these suggestions in a skillful manner? In a skillful manner does not necessarily mean a diplomatic. If there are issues which need to be brought, you have to bring it in the open. But in such a way that you are able to communicate what is the issue and you are not communicating on the individual. So these are some very important aspects. And the other very important aspect, an action plan. It's a journey, it's not a destination. So always plan your learning objective, plan your communication plan, keep looking for information and access learning materials. It can even be simple. We are going to meet a client. Just if we do a quick search and figure out what the client is doing, what is some of the latest things, it can just give us some talking points, some engaging points. You need to be conscious what is it which you're learning, what are some of the blind spots which are coming. And of course, digital technologies. In fact, there are some really fantastic courses which are available right from the most premier Indian and international universities. Whether it's a Coursera or a Khan Academy or any of the best in class universities, they have really made so many of the courses available to everyone. Must leverage it, because if you're talking about the new normal, I will say, leave you with just one thought. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. I'm sure all of you are amazing, and you would continue to be amazing. So if you want to be amazing in the new normal, keep up and keep improving your communication and learning skills. So always connect, convey, and converse. That's what I had in mind. I had a great time sharing some of these thoughts. We'll look forward to hearing some things from you. I'm just stopping the presentation. And okay. Okay, Priyashi and Rajesh, do you have some questions? Oh, there are lots of questions.
So we have a few questions from the audience that we could answer.
Sure. So a question is on productivity and accountability, how we can relate them together. If employees get demotivated due to Hello? Yeah, Priyashi, were you saying something?
So I just was telling you to answer the questions that were there, like you could proceed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so maybe I hope everyone is able to hear me. So then, then instead of just typing it, I can speak with everyone. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So I'm just going to the. Okay. So we have a question from Priya saying productivity and accountability, how we can relate them together. If employees get demotivated due to delays in salary. That's from Jaya Priya. Okay. Hi, Jaya Priya. Thanks for that question. You are the first day, first show. You are the You're the starting star of the Q&A. The employees get demotivated, but it does not mean that our productivity and our accountability goes well. And I know times are tough, but all which I will say is, if there are delays, but if that delay will lead to a delay in a reduced productivity for myself as a employee, things are only going to get worse. So just like as an individual or as a professional, I am taking care of the productivity. Same way the HR or the business has to take the accountability. And that's where possibly it is a question of and not or. Hope that answered the question. But it's a great question, and I know that in the new normal, it is possible. It is just not as simple to say that I will. There have been significant delays in the salaries. People have lost jobs. How do we really remain? I know it is there. There is a next question asking that why in the gaming industry is capturing entire youth, and why everyone youth wants to be the entrepreneur. That's a great question. I think it is, when we talk of entrepreneurship, in fact, it is an opportunity. So the fact is, gaming is one, but there are so many people who are doing things which are beyond gaming. And if you will actually be a successful entrepreneur, then not just you're becoming self-employed, you are actually can also be generating employment for others. So it does not matter if you are a young person and you want to work for yourself. I think it's perfectly fine. But what is most important is that you should have the passion, understanding, and the commitment to be an entrepreneur, because entrepreneur is also, please be clear, it's a very tough journey. It goes much beyond by writing, running a startup and having some hashtags in your profile. It's a very tough journey. So if so many youth are willing to be entrepreneurs, I think it is great for India. Okay, we have a question from Moshmi. Hi sir, I'm still working from home for this current situation. What's your opinion to communicate to my client? Do I always prefer a video meeting? So Moshmi, that's a great question. As I talked of, there's a set of possibilities. I think you have to choose the mode. It need not be always video, but it can actually be a combination. If you are clear, you have an existing client, you have the connect, it can be, I think video or real-time interaction is required when there is something to discuss or something to get into a layered understanding. And a mail or a WhatsApp or any other message offline is preferred when you don't want an instant reaction. So just to put it on a lighter note, many times they send the mail and then they'll call you, sir, wo mail mil gayi kya? So I think that is really the difference. So you can ask for a video or an interactive meeting when there is a issue to be discussed, or you have a presentation or a proposal to discuss. Other times it's perfectly fine that you are working on something, you send something and the client wants to send the feedback. So it can be a mix. Okay. Asim, thanks, Moshmi. Asim is asking, you told Wacom has a tool, what's it? Wacom has tons of devices in the hardware, in the interactive digital thing. So like, for example, this presentation I'd originally created on the Microsoft Windows platform, and then I was using it as the digital film. In fact, if you want, I'll just pull out. So this is a kind of tablet which they have, and there are series of such other things they are bringing into India. So the best thing is, for a change, I will give you a digital solution. Just go and search for Wacom or Wacom India. It's there. So Asim, you had two of those questions. I hope it's connected. Thanks for that. We have our next question from Animesh Chakravarti. An excellent question. Animesh is saying, I'm a good listener but hesitate to speak. Any guidance for me? And Animesh, I'm glad that you are sharing this. It's often, as I said, it's not a either or issue, it is an and issue. So if you're a good listener and if you're hesitating to speak, one of the things I would ask you to do is also do some amount of reading and some amount of research so that you are able to connect the dots. So if you are able to listen and you are able to understand, a good thing is to also understand and articulate. And maybe you start by practicing in a safe environment where you speak, see how the people are reacting, and then learn from it. So the most important thing is if you're a good listener, you're already in a good starting point. Now use that particular mode to go ahead and also communicate. And as you will communicate, because you are also a good listener, so whatever are the views which you will communicate, you will be able to also quickly grasp how the other people are doing. So hope that works for you. All the best. Dhiman is asking that when I'm having a meeting with my office colleagues and remote working place, do I need to use video call? As I said, it's entirely depends on the interface. It's a regular review. Everyone knows what are the issues. The topics are known. It is perfectly fine because these days everyone, in fact, I use a term that WFS means you're working from home and you're working for home. So everyone is really balancing a tons of things. So if you cannot use, it is fine. But if you are one of the presenters or someone else is presenting, and if it is expected that you should be able to, at least in a virtual medium, engage, then use it. So use it selectively, take the call. So the one that can go there. Okay, there are some questions on the pricing of the product. I'm sure you'll find all of those things as and when you will do some search. That's what I had. I think we also just completed the whole time. So I would want to end by thanking all of you, everyone who was here. I personally really enjoyed this session. I really had a lot of fun interaction. So do stay safe and have a great time. Thanks you and Wacom for having all of us here. Over to you, Rajesh and Priyashi.
Thank you so much, sir, for this very informative session. I hope the audience also enjoyed it and learned a lot. Thank you so much. We can.
So we can end it now?
Yes, sir. We can end.
Okay, great. Okay, so hope all of you had great time, had fun. Some of this information is right out there. I also quoted tons of sources, and otherwise both the Youth Mag as well as my LinkedIn and Twitter profile were all there. Feel free to engage with all of us. Feel free to share your thoughts. Would love to understand and hear from you. How did we communicate and how did it make sense for you? So stay safe and have a great time and God bless. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.